Good morning. Welcome to Headlines in Bed. Good to see you. Thank you for joining me on this Friday, April 2nd, 2021. And you may have noticed that I didn't post a video yesterday. No, it was not an April Fool's Day on my part. My computer decided that it needed to go visit the Apple Genius bar. It broke down. And I spent the morning at the Apple store. So by the time I got home, there was no time to be in bed. But here I am today, and my computer is behaving well. So let's wrap up our journey back to the West Coast. We will start on the Northwest and in Washington, come down to Oregon and land in California. So get comfortable, grab a cup of tea, cup of coffee, some yogurt, and let's get started with the Seattle Times. The Mariners start season with walk over Giants after offense heats up late. I'm not interested in that headline. When will people younger than 16 be COVID vaccine eligible, and which job is okay for teams? Vax day and opposite of possible fourth wave of COVID and state's outlook. Seattle's tuition-free community college program sees record application numbers despite pandemic. Good. People need to make themselves help explore. Dress far warmly for Easter this Sunday. Here's the Seattle area weather forecast. What I meant to say with the reaction to the Seattle tuition-free community college program sees record application number despite pandemic. I'm glad to see people are overcoming the obstacles that the pandemic has put in front of them, over them, and that they're moving forward with pursuing their education. Historic Macy's building in downtown Seattle says for nearly $600 million. Recalled effort against Seattle City Council member Shama Sawan can move forward state's highest court rules. I wonder what they did. From number one quarterback in the country to bust former Skyline star Max Brown is standing and sharing his story. 16 things to do in Seattle this weekend. Polaip's Whitney Kunder has chance to accomplish her long-time dream, wrestling in the Olympics. Brandy Carlisle opens up about overcoming insecurities. Aww, her latest Grammy win and her new memoir. Well, she's a triple threat. Grammy winner, memoir writer, and insecurity overcomer. Good for her. And she pulls off that bohemian 2015 hipster hat. Quite alright. Spokane-based author Kate Levo of Pie School fame shares her reading picks. A day and a place to remember a shameful chapter in the U.S. history and a call to action. Which chapter? Like Kate Levo, we have books to sell on shameful chapters of U.S. history. Be more specific, please. Washington state faces uncertainty as Biden continues hardline on trade. Corona Daily News Updates, April 2nd. What to know today about COVID-19 in the Seattle area, Washington State, and the world. Useless headline. Useless. It's cherry blossom time at UW. Please admire from afar. Vaccine trickle becomes torrent as U.S. eligibility rules widen. All right. Wow, images of small children dropped over wall into U.S. show glimpse of border danger. Oof. Justice Department inquiry into Representative Matt Gaetz said to focus on cash paid to women. Mr. Gaetz apparently paid women for sex. And there was ecstasy. And I'm not talking about the physical sexual ecstasy, but the chemical drug ecstasy. Um, in a new memoir, Hunter Biden defends time on Ukraine companies for. Okay. Biden's jobs cabinet to sell infrastructure as GOP resists. Harris to move into official VP residence next week. Where has she been so far? McConnell urges fellow Republicans to get COVID-19 vaccines. White House could try to advance the $2 trillion infrastructure package without GOP votes. Biden wades into contentious Georgia boycott battle by voicing support for moving All-Star game. Local, here's where Biden's massive transportation plan might impact the Seattle region. Wildlife officials warn about buying bunnies as Easter gifts. King County Sheriff fires detective over tactics that led to fatal shooting. Seattle School District Teachers Union reached deal to expand in-person learning for middle and high school students. State Health Insurance Exchange extends special enrollment period. Good. Yeah, it's a nice combination. Interesting that they put the politics on top of local news, but all right. We thank the Seattle Times and we move over to Oregon, and we're gonna check out the Oregonian. Latest, forest spark unravel. How to discover Portland's sprawling urban forest. Dear doctor, can I get the COVID-19 vaccine after testing positive? Inquiring minds want to know. Author Willie Vlautin's new book examines New Portland and the meaning of home. Interesting that book authors are being showcased in the news. Good. Portland Metro Friday weather, mix of clouds and sun. Reader's response, renters need help from legislature. Staying on top of fall season. Week 3 to 4 stars in Oregon high school girls and boys soccer. Thanks to coin firm. A man swaps 90,000 pennies he got as final pay from ex-employer for a check. Oregon should start raising a ruckus over apparent unequal COVID-19 vaccine allocation from feds, state officials say. Oregon Employment Department hopes to fix phone mess by year's end. Wow. 4 Portland commissioners want community groups and park rangers, not police, to combat surge of gun violence. Loomis Armor Chair Thunder. Loomis Armor Car Founder Portland mansion is for sale at $3.2 million. $3.2 million? That's peanuts in California. More specifically in San Francisco. Blazers prepare to navigate tough remaining schedule. Ask Amy. Incessant talking could be a sign of other issues. And with that, I thank the Oregonian. And we're going to go to Los Angeles Times. Drought is back, but Southern California faces less pain than Northern California. Record amount of regional water storage will buffer urban Southern California from the effects of drought this year. Elon Musk wants to create his own city. Here's how that could work. The proposed city of Starbase, Texas would fit into a long tradition of communities dominated by a single employee. Barabbak. Conspiracies run amok. Did you hear the one about John Rivers, Michelle Obama, and the Clintons? January was really good. GOP has unique edge. In a Newsom recall election, a lower bar to the governor's post. Orange shooting gunman knew his victims and how to trap them. How can I get him from there? Young migrants stuck in Border Patrol backlog. U.S. employers add 916,000 jobs in March as hiring accelerates. The bursts of hiring comes as vaccinations accelerate. Stimulus checks flow through the economy and businesses increasingly reopen. Iran, world powers ready to welcome U.S. back to nuclear deal. 48 dead in Taiwan's worst train crash, dozens injured. Viacom CBS will while stocks slide and what's behind it. Youth activists score victory as LA to fund 1.1 million city youth department. Plashke, Clayton's Kershaw, Dodgers' greatest first stack flops in Denver thin air. LA affairs, I found my 6th grade crush on Tinder. What? UCLA guard Jaime Jaquez Jr. makes fans on both sides of the border with tenacious play. Lazarus, scam victims may feel stupid and ashamed, and that's perfectly normal. Harris to move into official vice president residency next week. An Asian actor got disrespected at a LA Theater Awards. Oh my God, disrespected. How? What happened next was swift and powerful. Christians mark another Good Friday under Corona's restrictions. Bystander disrupted attack on Asian American woman in New York, daughter says. Huh. Okay. This was at least impressive, all three that we reviewed today, if I may say so myself. But nonetheless, we thank the Los Angeles Times. I thank you for joining me today. The sun is out. It's a little overcast. The weather may not be as great this weekend, but the day can still be great. Make it so. Have a good weekend. Thank you for joining me on this journey as we explore and react to headlines in bed from across the nation. Have a great weekend for Friday, April 2nd. That is Headlines in Bed. Bye.